We'd like to bring in our pros, have an expert panel debate on some of these tech names in particular. Here to talk with us, Jim Woods, editor of the Intelligence Report, and Michael Robinson, chief technology strategist at Money Map Press. Michael, I'll start with you. You expect tech to continue to be the driving force in the market. We've seen some rotation throughout this week. It was tech, then it wasn't. Sometimes it's the driving force to the downside. But as a long-term investor, you like this, or even through the end of the year?
Well, through the end of the year, I'm telling people to be a little bit cautiously optimistic. There's some buying opportunities out there, but I would not make big forays right now in the market. There's too much uncertainty. There's some hidden volatility going on. I run the numbers from October 12th to today. You had basically half the sessions have been winning, half have been losing. And we've had 2 failed breakouts in the S&P 500. Now, through all that, we've had tech names. Depends on who it is by the day, but tech names have always been the ones that are leading the market higher, and that will continue. Remember, we don't have an economy without technology, and I think one of the things that's causing some confusion is there's a vaccine coming out, but then we have the president-elect saying he may look for a national shutdown. He's already battling with governors. So I think people are still trying to figure this all out. The Senate runoff is on January 5th. Right. So for the long haul, I love tech. The road to wealth is paved with tech. In the short run, through the end of the year, I would accept smaller profits on some of your positions. If you have a trailing stop and you get stopped out, don't worry about it. And I would look for buying opportunities, but I would make smaller forays in there.
I see. Okay. So don't not buy tech. That's a double negative, but I know what you're saying. Do it in smaller increments. Jim, what are your thoughts? I mean, you were on with us about a month ago, Jim, and you were talking about FANG, and now, we've seen a lot of volatility. Now what? Do you have certain names you like more than others? Like, I think you saw Amazon as a winner.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Michael on most of what he said there, because right now there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. And you do have to be much more selective when you're talking about which stocks to own and for how long you want to own them. My subscribers and I just got stopped out of Facebook for 20+% gain. So we were happy with that. And we don't have the risk of being in Facebook at the moment. I still love the stock. I mean, just look at these stocks over the last week. Facebook, Amazon, and Netflix are down about 6%. Now, to me, that is a very overblown sell-off, especially when you consider that most of that selling was done on Monday in reaction to, the rotation for the positive Pfizer vaccine news. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to last unless we have a lot more positive news on that front. As a citizen, I'm hoping that is the case. But as an investor, I don't think that's going to harm these big tech stocks because, as Michael said, this is where the economy is. This is where money managers like to go to get rental longs. This is where they like to go to make themselves allocated to places where there's earnings and where there's momentum. And that's, I believe, going to continue.
Well, Jim, I mean, you talk about a pullback that we saw earlier in the week. Is now the way to go buy the dips? Is that what you're saying? And if so,
I think if you're intrepid here, you can look at Facebook, Amazon, Netflix even, and nibble away at those. The one FANG that I'm really happy with over the past month has been Google. I mean, they had an outstanding earnings report, much more impressive than I thought it was going to be. And consider that their shares are up about 15% over the last month. I mean, that's some pretty good upside, especially given they've got the unprecedented antitrust legislation coming at them. They're being accused of all kinds of censorship, but yet look at their numbers. So it goes back to my thesis that controversy in this sector is a good thing for stocks and for the shareholders of these companies.